It is a hot, sweaty day out here. Welcome back to my channel. It's an Amber thing. I am Amber. So, I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but there's like a reflection from my dress, and my whole screen just looks like 3D polka dots. It's a little crazy. So, if my eyes are kind of like, that's why. But I wanted to say hi and to see how everybody was doing. I started actually this video. My car does not have air conditioning. If you remember from last summer, I just completely suffer, but I'm actually hoping to get a new car soon. How was your Easter? Mine was not great. I must say, usually I have this little bitchy attitude about holidays before they come because I feel like it's work and money spent and, all of this stuff. And I don't know. I mean, it's not, I usually have a really good time. Once we're, there and celebrating and all together as a family and, it just all comes together. But a little something different happened this year and I wanted to share it. Sorry. And I'm gonna try and get through this video without shedding one single tear, but I cried a lot over the past couple of days, and I'm gonna tell you why. And I want to add, to this video from the beginning that I don't think I ever realized when I was leaving this organization of Jehovah's Witnesses that I probably should have taken the time to sit down with my children and talk to them about it. I think that this is maybe a mistake that a lot of us make, and so I wanted to be sure to talk about it because when we all who are or were one of Jehovah's Witnesses know that there is no separate place for children when the learning is happening. And we've all been told and taught that it is because our children are there to absorb and to learn as we are. And I think one of the biggest mistakes I made, and I realized it this weekend, was not really thinking that through and taking it as serious as it needed to be taken. They are being indoctrinated. They are being brainwashed. They are at as young as we've started them. So my son Anthony at birth, my daughter Kayla at a couple years old, my daughter Carissa at about 6 years old, and then I left for obvious reasons, or reasons that I've talked about already, and I never really sat down and said, hey, this is what is going on. This is what I found out about this organization. This is the reason we will not return. And I'm going to get into the story and kind of tell you a little bit about what happened this weekend. But, we were all at my daughter's house. We had just done the Easter egg hunt. We had so much fun. And, we came in, we were getting ready to eat. And, my children started talking about who did and didn't go to the memorial. And, I chimed in and I had said, I actually thought about going to the memorial this year. And my kids kind of looked at me like, really? Really? Because they know that I really have a hard stand against this organization. And let me say this, not against, the publishers themselves, but against the organization. And my son, makes a comment and he says, well, I'm glad you didn't go because you would have probably made a scene. okay, you know, like, I don't know, it was hurtful to me. I felt like, why would you say something like that? Like, somebody's gonna say something that's gonna upset me and I'm gonna just go off, you know, like, come on, really? Like, especially when you're in a situation where there's one of you and you're in a shunned position, it is so hard to go back into those places, let alone speak or try and speak your truth to anybody is unbelievably difficult. So hats off to all of you who have, as a part of your activism, confronting and talking to other witnesses about how you feel or research that you found, because that is so difficult. So that was said, and I was a little taken back, and I just kind of like didn't say much about it. And then but I felt a little bit upset about it. So I said something like, you know, I don't know why any of you bother to go to the memorial. You know, it's just satanic rituals. And oh my God, the lashing that came from my 3 oldest children to me was unbelievable. Left me in tears for the past 2 days. And not so much, well, yeah, it had a little bit to do with what they said. My daughter Kayla, like, immediately pulled out her knife, you know, and started to say things like, you know, something about the crazy things I post, or, you know, how can I talk about this organization when I post such crazy things, and I'm you know, basically making me feel like they think I'm crazy, and that there is no validity to why I feel the way that I feel about this organization. It makes me choke up, because they don't realize how hardcore the things, the emotions, they don't realize, obviously, how much has been taken from me, from this organization, and how detrimental this organization is to so many people. And I made the mistake of never sitting them down and talking to them. So in their minds, this organization, even though they're disconnected from it, is the truth. And I guess I just never realized that until they full throttle, in my opinion, attacked me. In their opinion, they don't feel that way. They feel like they stuck up for their father. Their father's name never once came out of my mouth. It is not, I have zero problems with their father, and I feel bad because I got him involved in this organization, and he's now very devout. And it means a lot to him to be a part of it. And so for that, I carry lots of guilt, but I've never talked about their father, my mother, my sister, my entire family that I no longer have access to because of it. They felt the need to attack me, feeling like I was attacking their family. And to a degree, I understand, because like I said before in past videos, I remember how I used to feel that shield or that wall that goes up, and that anger that you start to feel when somebody says something bad about the organization. We are taught to feel that way. We are taught to go into defense mode. So to a degree, I understand, but never did I feel like they would ever stand against me in that way. Especially, I'm really trying hard not to lose my shit here. But especially with all of the things that I have been through, losing my entire family. I mean, yes, I get to talk to my mom, you know, every once in a great while, which is awesome because a lot of people don't have that. But I didn't for a long time. I didn't have her. It's taken from me so much. It's like I can't even put into words how much this organization has taken from me as a person, as a human being, as a mother, as a wife, as just as a living being. It's taken my self-worth at one point, my self-confidence, my identity for a long time, my family. All I really honestly have left is my voice. And on Easter, I really felt like that was being taken from me too. Because it means so much to me to have my children's love and support that I almost felt like I can't even say or have an opinion or have my own feelings because my children don't like it. It hurt so bad to know that this organization, even though it has not been a part of my children's lives where they've been in regular attendance since 2004 or 5, at least my older daughter, that long, that they would still stand with this religion and against their mother. It baffles me. They've seen me cry. They've seen the hurt. They've seen the loss of identity. They've seen the loss of self-confidence. They've seen everything, and yet they will stand with this organization against their own mother. It's hard. It's hard as a mom, and it's hard as a person. 15, 16, 17 years later, after I've been out of this organization, it is still torturing me. And I posted something the other day, I think it was yesterday, on Facebook. So those of you who follow me on Facebook probably have seen it. But it was just a post about witnesses and how at least we still have our voice. You know, like they take everything from you, but at least we still have our voice. And I really honestly felt the other day like that was taken from me too. By my own children. By the beings that I love most in this world. I cannot tell you or warn you enough about this organization. If you are considering becoming a part of this organization, please reconsider. Please do more research. If you are in this organization and have shunned your family, please know it is not okay. It is not okay. We do not feel okay. And we don't feel like going back because we're being shunned. You know, I mean, I don't have to tell you, my viewers, how many people suffer, how many people take their lives, how many people's lives have been taken, how many women have been abused, how many children have been abused. This many years later, and I'm still being tortured by this religion. It's important. It is important to speak to your children. It is important to help them to deprogram as well. it is important. I don't know. I think that's all I have for today. If you've talked to your children about this organization when you left, please leave it in the comments. I would really like to know how you addressed, this. At this point, I feel like my children are adult. They already obviously think I'm the crazy one. Obviously, I deserve this. Obviously, they don't understand. Obviously.